This video will show you how to get started on adding content to your course. First thing you have to do is turn editing on. Now you can add text and you can add resources and activities. So I took a list of the things that you're supposed to be doing by the end of week 2. So in the introductory block, I want to see this information right here. So I actually have written it up in Word, and you might consider doing that too. Sometimes it helps you to get organized. Alright, so let's go back to the course. To add this content, I have to click the little hand, and it'll take me to the HTML editor for the week. Click here, and I'm going to paste. Alright, and don't forget, when you put text into Moodle, you must, from Word, you must use the Clean Word HTML button. So I might, also change this to a title heading and center it for readability purposes. Okay, so let's see what I've done so far. I've put a course title and general introduction. I've got some bullets. Alright, let's add a graphic and a live chat. So in order to add a graphic, I go back into my HTML editor. I use this button here, Insert Image, to click. Then I'm going to browse. I actually have a image that I stuck on the desktop, if I can find it. This is it. Alright, I click open, upload it. See, it appears here. I must write an intro. Not a demo, what I mean is an alternate description. The size of this is 300 by 300, that's actually a perfect size. So I can click here. Now I probably don't want the picture to be up there, so I'm going to just drag it down and place it below. Office hours, let me go back to my Word document. I have typed up something here. I'm just going to copy it. Control C or copy. And then below this image, I'll paste that in. Oops, looks like I lost a space here. And I want to make sure I highlight it. Clean Word HTML. Alright, let's save this and see what it looks like. Alright, so that's very plain, but it shows you how to do it. Alright, so let's go back and see what else we need to do. Add a live chat tool. Alright, that's really easy to do. I just come here to add an activity. Choose chat. I'm going to call this My Virtual Office. And meet me here. I'm going to put that very text in there, and then I will save and return to course. And what you'll see is a link to my office is here. Alright, so now I'm done with the introductory block. So let's see what I have to do next. In module 1, complete the introductory text. Alright, add a forum, create a book, and then get some content. Alright, so let's go back here. Alright, so here's module 1, and I always want to start by doing something like welcome to week 1. This helps orientate the student. And then I usually would put a list of goals or learning objectives for the week. You get the idea. And the more explanatory text you can put in, the better. And once again, if I wanted to, I could put a graphic in here, okay? Alright, so now I've started up on week 1. Notice I forgot to put a title heading, so let me go back in, and I'm going to make this heading 2 and center it so it's more visually apparent. Alright, there we go. Alright, so what else do we need? We need a forum for this week. Oops. So forums are an activity. Go to forum. This is how you add a forum. So I might call it forum for week 1. Generally, you just want to use the standard forum for general use. That's fine for this course. And here I would put a complete explanation of what you expect in the forum. So in other words, you want to put exactly, you have to direct the discussion by starting it off in the forum. So you need something provocative here, not provocative necessarily, but something that will evoke communication. Leave it open-ended enough. And if you need more help with developing forum topics, I can give that to you. And normally you don't need any of this. Now, I rate the forums by sum of ratings, which means adding up the ratings. And since I require everyone to have 3 forum posts in a forum, I give them 25 points for each post with a cutoff point of 75. So 75 points equals 100%, in other words. Alright, save and return to course. And now I should see the forum for week 1. Alright, so I've added a forum. Now, next thing I want to do is add a book. So books are a resource. I go in here to book, and I might say something like book for week 1. This book will contain all of the content for week 1. Really, I should put most of the content. So let's save and display. This is what a book looks like. When you first start, you have what they call chapters. Really, you can think of them as pages. Alright, so let's say you want to find some content for your book. Let's go onto the internet and let's say you want content about seals. Alright, so here's some content about seals from Wikipedia. And pinnipeds. And I could just say I copy this. I'll just copy it, and I'll go back to my chapter. I'm going to paste it. And don't forget, you got to clean it up. And in this case, you can see you got to go in and clean things up here. Okay, so alright, so go down here, save changes, and now I have 1 page. Alright, let's add another page. And it could be about seagulls, not the band. Alright, so here's seagulls. And you know, when I paste this stuff in, I can always delete things I don't want. So for example, I don't want this big box here. Alright, so now I have 3 pages. Seals, walruses, gulls. That's an example of how you can put content into a book. Alright.